You could put me on the biggest stage ever in 2 years, and I'm finna say, bro, I knew I was finna be there, or whatever. Like, put me in the biggest, whenever it comes, or whatever. Like, bro, I know the qualities I possess and the talents I have, and I never look at myself anything shorter than being the greatest. I'm just like, bro, like, if you put me in, like, I'm supposed to be here.
Boy.
My dog.
How are you, bro?
I'm good, bro. Thank you for having me, man.
What are you getting into today?
Man, bro, honestly, I just wrote some music this morning and came here shooting content, man.
So we kind of had this conversation off camera about content.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where it's like a tricky balance.
Mm-hmm.
So is it weird when like you're in music mode and now you're like, all right, I have to go hop into content creation mode?
Yeah, like we were saying off camera, like, you know, I put so much of my life into my music and into my videos and my personality into my videos. I'd be kind of feeling like putting myself into the content creation mode is kind of doing something that is like, you know, that doesn't really align with how I create, but that's something that I'm learning that is beneficial to my career.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not trying to put it off too much, but yeah, it's hard jumping into a whole nother content creation mode because that's not really.
I think the issue comes with like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like, especially in this generation, people can't take in like full ideas anymore. You gotta like bite size it. But I feel like you're like really uncompromising with the shit that you make to like a point where it seems like very intentional.
100%. I don't do nothing without intention, bro. Like, and that's where my love. It really stands within, like, you know, making music and content that can really stand the test of time. Like, I don't compromise, you know what I mean? Like, I make sure everything's like potent, crisp, precise, and I believe that anything that me and my boy Deon make, like, is gonna cut through. Like, I don't care if it's 2 minutes long, 5 minutes long, like, I believe the content, the work is so good, it's gonna cut through regardless. So that's how I rock.
Yeah, and it's about doing the best you can at the time. Cause I was looking at, you had an older video, bro. Just an idea. It was like your first visual.
Oh, just a thought?
Just a thought.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's the very first video.
Yeah, and like I saw it, I was like, oh, like I see this shit now, and I was like, oh, I see where this started.
Yeah. I look back at that video too. I looked at it honestly like 2 weeks ago, and I'm
Really?
just like, damn, like we really, me and Deon talk about it all the time. Like we saw like this was something. You know what I mean? Like I look back, I'm like, we had the right idea. We just wasn't equipped to make it on a mass scale yet, but we were equipped to get the job done. I look back and I'm like, I see what he was trying to do there. I see what I was trying to do there. I see what I was trying to write. I understand, like, I understood how I was trying to articulate certain things. And throughout the years, I just got better in my articulation, so, yeah.
And that's the one thing we were talking about too, about content, that you can go, like, if you can go back 5 years from now and be like, damn, like, I see where this shit was starting.
Yeah.
What do you think the fans are gonna do?
Yeah, that's real.
It's the same way, like, you grew up watching interviews too, right? What was your favorite interview, if you had one?
My favorite interview, probably some, honestly, like Ben Staples. I really like Ben Staples.
Yeah, I love
like,
the way he articulates himself.
The way he goes in depth in certain things, because he aligns with my way of thinking. So a lot of things that he say, like, I agree with. So some from Ben Staples, for sure.
Because there's, I don't know if you agree, but like, because I was watching interviews, like I was big into Sway interviews growing up. And like, there was always like a common theme that I saw to all these people that I was like looking up to. So I was wondering, like, was there a common theme that you picked up on like all these interviews of like one piece of advice that everyone was saying? Like in my world, everyone kept saying consistency.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like I talk about it all the time. It's like when everything boils down to that, like no matter what you're doing, whether it's content, whether it's music, whether it's directing, whatever it is, like as long as you consistently show up for yourself and understanding how you scaling yourself and paying attention to what's growing, what's not working and stuff like that, like that's all that matters. Like showing up every single day and applying pressure, like.
And it doesn't have to be 100% every single day.
Nah, you gotta just get 1% better every single day. Like every single day, like when I wake up, if I write 16 bars, it might not be the best 16 I ever wrote, but I wrote today.
Do you have like a morning routine?
Yeah, I got a morning routine.
What is it?
So really, that's how I wake up, make some tea, go to the gym.
So you don't fuck with coffee, but we like tea.
Yeah, man. Simple man. I told you, man. I'm a simple man. Just pop the green tea, you feel me? Put the little honey in it.
Oh,
That's real. That's
you put
really
mint?
it. No, I don't put mint. I don't go too crazy.
No, you
don't
don't trust me on that.
Yeah. I switch teas sometimes. I'm Kenyan, so like tea's kind of big in our culture.
Yes, I'm Otto, so it's the same shit.
Yeah. So either green tea or some tea that's imported from Kenya. Yeah.
I want to take it back to the beginning though. So you're from Bellflower.
From Bellflower, California.
How's like going up there?
It was dope, man. It's it's a melting pot. Like, you meet so many different cultures. It's black people, white people, Asian people, a lot of Mexicans too. So it's like you honestly get to see how a lot of people like maneuver and like move through life that are different from you. So it's dope. But yeah.
It was kind of the same thing for me. So I grew up overseas in this place called Qatar. It was kind of Qatar. It's next to Dubai.
Okay,
Qatar. They had the World Cup in like 2022.
Okay.
It was kind of the same thing where it was like everyone who lived there was from like a completely different area. So it's like I'm Palestinian by origin. I had like Indian best friend. I had a Romanian best friend, Canadian, whatever. And coming here, like moving to America after that, I realized how like different cultures and being exposed to different shit really kind of not only shapes your worldview, but also kind of puts you ahead because you can like tap in to like different ways of thinking. So I was wondering for you, is that like, did the diversity that you grew up with in Bellflower, did that kind of like how did that seep into like the shit that you make, the music that you made?
Oh, what? 100%. Like, I think that's why the music I listen to is so diverse because I wasn't just listening to what black people was listening to. I wasn't listening to just what like white people was listening to. Like, I was listening to what everybody was listening to. So I think that's why like I'm able to dip and dab in so many different genres of music because I grew up off so many different types of music. Like, I'd have Frank Ocean in my playlist, and then I'm playing the most ignorant Chirac music you could ever think of. Like, I was a big drill music fan, and then I'd play TDE next, and then I'd play some alternative shit, and then like it was a whole thing. So yeah, it definitely seeps into my music.
You also have on Bonafide New Man, you have that UK drill track.
Yeah,
that was tough.
Yeah.
You mentioned Kendrick, and I was a huge TDE fan from like overseas. So like I always tell people this, that we were super tapped.
My fault. When did you come here?
I was born upstate New York. I moved to Texas when I was like 5.
Oh, okay.
I was in Dallas. And then when I was 12, we moved overseas.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, and then I moved back for college.
All right, got
But
you.
my parents, like, they're still there.
Yeah.
So like I go every year and I visit.
Okay, man.
So what I always tell people is that we were insanely like tapped into what was happening here. So like I was a huge TDE head. Like I was on top of like everything what they were doing. But I wanted to ask, like, you growing up like in like, correct me if I'm wrong, like where is Bellflower, like in LA, is it outside of LA?
It's LA County.
LA County?
Yeah.
How was like seeing the rise of that and like seeing the rise of like all these artists that people are looking from the outside in, like you were in there watching it like close up?
It was amazing, bro. Like, I got put onto Kendrick when I was like in 5th grade, like literally watching Look Out for the Detox, like one of his first like little music videos, and I was just like, who is that? I've never seen anybody like articulate like themselves like that. And at 5th grade, I knew he was different, and I've been following him ever since.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
26? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been following him like my whole life. I saw the whole journey as well, the whole come up. Like, I've been listening to Black Hippie when they had no fans, like real talk. So that's why I was just at the GNX tour, and I was just telling D, like, that make me feel like I could really do this shit because I saw him at nothing. Like, he's the only person I saw at nothing and really make it to the biggest stage ever. And I'm just like,
he's doing arena tours.
Arenas, bro, like arenas. And I remember just like sitting him, like watching him at the same stage that I'm at. And I'm just like, that's why, like, bro, this shit, it's, like, he make me feel like this shit possible, for real.
You Kenyan?
Yeah,
so,
I'm Kenyan.
Are you first gen?
In America, yeah.
Okay, so is it like your parents they came here? All right. I love having first gen on the show because like this is when we can like super relate.
Yeah.
how does that look like growing up in like an immigrant household? And then we both kind of know how it is, because it's like different cultures, but kind of the same mentality in that like you got to do shit that they think works, and you got to do shit that they would think that they would be proud of, whether it's like professional route, whatever the fuck. But then we all have like this creative urge, like we're all these immigrant kids, like fuck, like this is something I really want to do. I don't know how to like take this home. They're growing up in like an immigrant household. Did that kind of skew how you wanted like to shape your career? Was there like, it was harder to get the point across?
I would say my mom was pretty chill. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she let me do honestly whatever I wanted. If I wanted to play basketball, play basketball. Play football, you can play football. Do whatever you want. Just make sure them grades is cool and we straight. The only gripe she did have was when I dropped out of college. That's when it got super.
Where were you studying?
Kinesiology.
Okay, where?
Yeah, and then I think I switched to. I even forgot what I switched to, but yeah, it was kinesiology at first. Yeah, and then when I dropped out, she just wasn't for it, honestly, at all. And when I told her I was gonna do music full time, and I was tough in the household, but it's starting to work out a little bit. So she understanding. It was a long time coming though. Like, I dropped out 5 years ago, and it's been 5 years of me trying to prove to her, like, nah, I got it, man. Like, I'm going to do something.
So was it like you dropped out and then immediately took music seriously?
I had to. Yeah, I had to. There's no other choice. Like, I don't believe in plan Bs. Like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it all the way. Like, I'll die trying type shit. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Do you think, because people always, there's such things like the starving artist where it's just like, you say, fuck everything, this is the only thing I'm going to do. Do you feel like it was like that sense of urgency that kind of pushed your artistry till now, where you're just like, nothing can work because there's nothing left?
For sure. Like, I've always been a type of nigga, bro. Like, you can't. I used to have this football coach, bro. His name was Coach Fitch. And like, if you went to Mayfair, like, people will know, like, he tried to break me every single day, bro. Like, every single day. And people would tell me, like, why aren't you like quitting? Like, I would have quit. I would have been left. I would have done this or whatever. But like, he would talk to me crazy. He would make me he would punish me crazy. And people would be like, why are you still staying? I'm just like this nigga not gonna break me. Like, nobody gonna break me. If I want to play football, I'm gonna play football. Like, I'm not gonna let him determine how I go through, like, what I want to do in life. And I look at Coach Fitch as life. Like, life not finna break me down. Like, I'm gonna wake up every single day and do this shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, if I never make it, I'll die not making it. I don't care. Like, but I believe, I wake up every single day with faith. So, yeah, bro, like, I just wake up and just do it, honestly.
The thing about sports and music that's kind of the same is the endurance. Yeah. Because, like, there's going to be days, and I go through it, everyone else goes through it, where it's just like, fuck, like, I don't want to do this. Yeah. Not because, like, out of the hate for it, but just like everything around it. Whether things get more difficult, going and doing these shoots that you don't want to do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But like, whenever you find yourself in like those moments where you're just like, all right, fuck, like on a low point, what gets you out of that?
Honestly, when I'm in my low points, I'll leave what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, I don't force it. I'll link up. Usually what's like my therapy is, like I said, I go skating. Like, when I go skating, link up with the homies and just...
So it's roller skating?
Roller skating, just listening to music on the rink, going cool. I detach from, like, I read books. So
what books you
read? Honestly, anything, like, non-fictional. Like, I'm not... Like, I like things straight to the point. Like, yeah, I like just straight
black
information.
And white?
Black and white. Like, if the author is giving me too much filler, like, I'll stop the book. Like, I'll get another one. Like, I just need to get to the point. I need to get the information I need immediately. Yeah. So that's really it, bro. And then I run.
You run?
To the gym, clear my mind. After the gym, if I'm clouded after the gym, like, I'll be straight.
We were literally having this conversation like earlier this morning where it was like, gymming's one of those things where even if you don't want to do it, you go in the gym fucked up, it just clears your mind.
For sure, bro. I love this gym. I think it's a metaphor to life, bro. Like, just continue, just show up, get results, apply that anywhere, to the music, to relationships, to whatever. Like, just keep showing up, keep working, you're gonna see results, for sure.
When was your first try at music?
My first try at music, I would say 10th grade. the homie brought me to the studio, and he was rapping, and I wrote something, I laid it, he put it out. I think like in a couple of days, like some people at school caught heat of it, and they was like, "Oh, your verse on Eli's song was hard," and I was like, "Damn, appreciate it." At that point, I was just taking football as like super serious, and then I didn't think nothing of it, but I knew I had a talent at making music. I was always musically inclined since a kid, but I just wanted to be like in the league. So,
what were some things you listened to as a kid?
I remember my earliest recollections of music was for sure a lot of R&B. So I remember getting Confessions by Usher.
Yeah.
I was running that a lot. That was my first. I was like in kindergarten. That happened too. Yeah, when I got that, and then Kanye, a lot of Kanye. And then as I got older,
I miss that Kanye, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I remember watching like a lot of his music videos and just like, yeah, he got it. Then as I was like 6th grade, that's when the drill scene came in. And I was like full Chief Keef, like.
I remember that phase.
Bro,
it was like Chief Keef and then like also Waka Flocka.
Yeah, and Waka Flocka. Yeah, and then I was into the drill scene, bro. Like I was super into the Chicago drill, like too deep actually.
It's something about like the aggressiveness of it too.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was good at the same time. Like they was saying some crazy shit, but
yeah, and you gotta remember that Chief Keef, he was like 16 at the time too.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was super young. All of them were super young. Like, but yeah, it was drill, and also too the underground LA scene, like Joe Moses, RJ, like the LA scene was cracking too underneath. Yeah.
Do you like TV shows? Like, what were some TV shows you're growing up watching?
Like as a kid?
Yeah.
For sure, like SpongeBob, for sure. Like regular show. I like kind of like the weird things. I was watching YouTube a lot too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was watching like that's when YouTube was really starting to like start going.
The reason why I bring that up though is because your visuals are very cinematic.
Oh yeah.
And you have a very like concise storytelling to it. So it's like I can tell like everything in your visuals are like super intentional. So that's why I was wondering, like, did you pull that out from like, were you like into cinematography growing up, or is that something like you picked up later?
That's something I definitely picked up later. I always was attached to storytelling though. Like any album I drop, there's a storytelling song on the album. That's my favorite song. And then having that, and then latching on, and as I met like Deon, you know, I had to attach my music to visuals, and I always wanted my visuals to match how the story I'm telling. So that's when I started really studying like cinematographers, directors. Like a big inspiration of mine is like A24 films, like how they're shooting those. You know what I mean? So just trying to get wonky with it. Things that I try to do things visually that and the same aspect of music. Just bringing something that people aren't really seeing, and like merging my worlds, because I feel like the way I rap and the things that I appreciate in the artsy world, like they don't really always like clash, if that makes sense.
In what way?
Like if you're getting a certain type of rap, you kind of know what type of video you're gonna get.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me, it's like
Jim Jones is next door. We know what kind of video we're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Like you go to a lot of rappers, you know exactly what type of video you finna get. I don't like that. Like I want you to come into a Mark Lux video like, oh shit, like you don't know what to expect. And I think that's what makes the best artists. Every time I go into the artists I love, into whatever they're putting out, I don't know what to expect. And I like that excitement. And I want to give people that listen to me the same exact excitement.
Does that get annoying though when people attach like a certain rap style to like a certain aesthetic? Or is that for you like more of a challenge? Like, okay, like let me show you what I can do.
I love it. It makes me stick out. So I don't like it as a consumer.
Yeah.
Because I want to I'm a fan of innovation. But yeah, I just like sticking out. I like doing things that people aren't doing. That's exactly how I approach everything that I make. Like, what aren't people not doing? What do I like? How do we find a medium? And let's put that out. Yeah.
Has there ever been like a visual idea that like inspired a song? Like, have you ever had an idea for, oh shit, like I have a dope music video I want to make, but the song doesn't exist yet? Has that ever happened?
Not really. I don't think so. Nah, it's really like we have really good ideas, and then it's just like, all right, what's realistic? And then we have to just apply pressure on those realistic ideas. Like, we think about a whole bunch of stuff, and like we just don't have the resources to do some of the things. So then that's really what be the main thing. Like, we have so many ideas, but it's only so much you could do at this level. So yeah.
But it's also about doing what you can with what you have.
Yeah, for sure.
Like sometimes it's like, even if you have to like minimize the idea, it's about at least trying to get like that core idea out of what you have.
Yeah, and the core of it, the essence of it,
Because that doesn't change.
out. That don't change. We know what we're trying to portray, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every single video, like, you know exactly what I'm trying to portray. It's just like, how can we get off the message the most effectively? That's where we gotta land at. You know, like, how are we gonna get this shit really going? How are people gonna feel what I'm saying the best, you know? So that's the whole thing.
Take me to the day where you're like, fuck this, I'm leaving college and I'm going all in.
Man, bro, honestly, bro, it gotta be when I was in jail, bro.
Really?
Yeah, when I was in jail, bro, I was like, what am I doing, man? Like, it was in Kansas too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, bro, I was just like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done fucking around. I gotta take this shit serious.
Really?
Yeah, that shit was bad. I was at the lowest point of my life out there, and I just knew I had to do something. But I think all that happened for a purpose though, bro. Like, I really found myself out there, you know? Like, I sat down every single day by myself, like hours by myself. That's never happened before in my life.
Because it's like too busy out here?
Yeah, for sure. There's too many distractions out here. Got your family, got your friends out here. You could hop in your car. You can have somebody distract, like go see your girl, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, out there, it's nothing, like literally nothing. Rural fields. So you just sit down and you just think all day. I couldn't play football, kicked off the team. So I was just by myself doing dumb shit. Yeah, and that's how I ended up in there. And then when I was in there, I was just like, all right, I'm heading down a path that, you know, it's not looking right.
That's not where I want to be.
Yeah, so after that, my last night in there, I kneeled down, I prayed, I said, God, I don't know what I'm about to do, but I promise you, like, if you help me figure out what's the next path, what's the next chapter of my life, I'm gonna stick to it and I'm gonna go. I remember that prayer like it was yesterday. I left, and then I just said, I'm finna just do music. Yeah, bro, that was it.
Are you religious?
Yeah, I believe in God.
Okay,
for sure.
yeah. Because I'm practicing too. So we have there's a saying in Arabic. It's called tawakkal ala Allah, which basically means go by God.
Yeah.
And sometimes in this shit, a lot of it is just faith driven. Like you have to believe that even when things aren't going right, this is leading you to where you need to be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. I always say, bro, like follow that feeling. You know what I mean? Like, if that feeling is there, that gut feeling is that's what's gonna direct you, and I follow it every single time. You know, like it's never failed me. Listening to the spirit I serve, so I just keep going, keep listening to it. Use context clues. Like I know when God give me a slap on the wrist. Like when I get my slap on the wrist, I understand. Like a lot of niggas don't. And that's why they in position they in today. Like I listen, you know, like. So that's all I do. I just show up.
And you talk about that a bit on the song "Good Company," or like you lost faith and then you met up with a friend who's like a piece of pastor or something.
Yeah. So my boy Simeon, me and him, you know, we grew up. You know, as we got older, we realized we were growing up doing things that we shouldn't have been doing, right? And then as I was in college, you know, he was going through other things as well, and he really found God and changed his life. And when I came back, you know, like when you maneuvering through this industry, you going through life, you know, you lose your faith sometimes.
100%.
You know, God puts people in your way to, you know, if you're His, He's gonna make sure you maintain being that. So, Sam, we work out a lot. So we were at the park working out, and he was just giving me a whole bunch of life advice because I was honestly like I wasn't feeling it. Like I was angry at God. I forgot for what reason, honestly, but I was at a really bad point. Like not believing in myself, stuff like that. And he just reminded me who I am. And like, as soon as you remind me who I am, because sometimes I really do forget, like that's when it's like, it's a switch, like, oh, I'm back. Like, I really am that. Like, I really am cold. Like, I really, like, sometimes I can't see that for myself. And it takes certain individuals to really unlock that out of me. So Sam did it that day, and I literally wrote that song that night, and I recorded it like the next day.
When was the first time you were looking at shit and like, okay, like the music thing is starting to work?
When labels started reaching out.
Yeah.
When I made that song, I made a song called Allat.
Yeah.
And when I dropped that, the floodgates open. I ain't gonna lie. That's when it was like, all right, like this shit could be something. And I was sitting with certain people like Top Dog and like Mustard and like Def Jam, Warner. Everybody really latching on off this one song. I'm just like, damn, like y'all hype off of that? Like, all right, bet. Like, it's some more shit in the tank that's crazier. So.
You talk about a bit on that on Because 23.
Yeah, Because of 23. Yeah.
Was that, how did that like, because a lot of people get a little caught up in like the throes of it and the motions every day. They're like, fuck, nothing's working. And then one day, everything just like piles in. Was it hard to kind of take all that in at once? Or are you just ready for it?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Nah, like, bro, it's funny, like, bro, you could put me on the biggest stage ever in 2 years, and I'm finna say, bro, I knew I was finna be there, or whatever. Like, put me in the biggest, whenever it comes, or whatever. Like, bro, I know the qualities I possess and the talents I have, and I never look at myself anything shorter than being the greatest. I'm just like, bro, like, if you were put me in, like, I'm supposed to be here. And, like, I felt like that my whole life. So when that happened, I'm just like, all right, like I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Even when I had nothing, I knew that day was coming. I knew Top Dog would, like I didn't know, like, you know, I knew labels would come at one point. I knew this. Like, I had that much confidence in myself. Even when, like, yeah, I did, honestly, so nah.
Wasn't there a story of like, you guys were on the way to the studio and you were just like, you hopped out the car and just like, we gotta make it, we gotta make it.
Yeah, shit, what was that? We were on our way to like a studio session where was it Reason, like Head, and bro, I had an argument with my mom because she was just like, I was seeing a girl at the time and I was just like spending so much time with her, like I'm not home and dropping out of school and I'm saying I'm doing music. And I'm just like,
all the recipes and
all the recipes and shit to go like south for your son. Like she's just like, what are you doing? And I just had like the craziest argument with her. And I just left because we had to go to the studio. And then I was just with Deon and our boy Nolan, who was our editor. I had no music on. Usually I play music. I'm down the freeway, hot, like, I'm driving. I get there, bro, I had to just cry. I'm like, fuck, bro, we gotta make it. That's all I was saying, like, we gotta make it. There's no turning back, like, and at this point, I think I'm like, what is it, like 2 years in? Well, I think I'm a year in, honestly. Yeah. Like, I've taken music probably.
But that's crazy in itself to going to a session like that only after a year in.
Yeah, bro. We made a lot of progress fast. That's one thing I'm super grateful for. Like, we understood how to get this shit going. Like, we seized opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, we're at any event every time. Oh, a flyer goes up. TDE's having an event, Whoop de Whoop, Brent Fire's having an event, let's go. Like, we're just gonna go and find someone connected to the biggest piece and we're gonna talk to them, we're gonna tell them what we do. They tap in, cool. If they don't, live to see another day. And we just continue that same thing. So
you're not afraid to put yourself out there like that?
Fuck no. No. Like, like I said, like, bro, I gotta make it. Like, I gotta throw myself in the fire. I gotta show people who I am and tell people the work that I do. Like, this is all I got. Music is all I got. I have to go as hard as I can. There's no other option.
How did y'all two meet? You and Deon?
Shit. He had a clothing brand and he hit me to model and I almost didn't go. And I ended up just going. And at the shoot, I just saw, you know, he just possessed qualities that I appreciate because I had him. You know, like, he works hard, he has a vision, and he's like, at the same time, we were just doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, we were really just doing shit. And then it was during the pandemic, and then as time went on, I had this song called Feel, and I had this song called Feel, and then he was just like, do you have anybody to shoot the video for it? And then I didn't have nobody. And he found somebody to shoot it. I was like, oh, okay, like this nigga makes sense. He make things happen. All right, bet. So we shoot the video. And then, yeah, bro. And then the director that pulled up, who was supposed to shoot, he was on some real scary shit when we were doing certain things in certain areas of the city, and Deon took the camera. And that's when he started becoming my director. And then as we started doing that, we had to start having more conversations, and it just turned into this. A lot of conversations throughout the pandemic just turned into what we got going on.
Because I can tell you put a lot of trust in him based on like how he was directing the performance as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's my boy, my right hand, bro. Like, I don't know nothing else. I started this shit, like, he literally hit me up when I was like a couple months in. So it's just like, I've been doing this literally the whole time. Like, I don't even know nothing else. Like, this is just it. Like, we just trust each other that much. Like, he hit me like, you fuck with this, fuck with that. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I rely on him for like, this good, boom, boom. And it's just equal trust. And then it works out, for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like both of y'all trying to get into like an industry that like you both know. Cause like, especially when you're starting off, there's a lot of like blissful ignorance. Cause it's like, you're just like, we need to make this shit work, but you also don't know how it works.
Yeah, we learned a lot together, for sure. And he didn't see me cry, I didn't see him cry. You know what I mean? Like, we really did some shit that people would never know. And people think like we have it all figured out and this and that. It was like, all we did was show up and work. Like, there's no secret ingredient to nothing. Like, we wake up and work, bro. Like, and that's one thing that I'm super grateful about, because he pushes me, I push him to just be the best possible. And as we continue to just sharpen each other's sword, like, man, like, years from now, it's gonna be crazy, so.
And I think that's a piece that a lot of people miss. That's like, you can take in all the feel-good content you want.
Yeah.
If you're not working, nothing's working.
Yeah, bro. That's it. I keep regurgitating it, but like, that's really it, bro. Like, show up and just work. That's it. You're gonna find yourself through the process. That's what I try to tell people all the time. Like, you're gonna find yourself through the process. Like, you don't have to have everything figured out when you try to write that bar, try to figure out that video treatment or whatever. Like, the feeling will guide you, bro. Like, as long as you just continue to just show, like, you have the will to just have improvement, the force gonna be with you. You know what I mean? Like, just show up and meet it, and then it'll guide you the rest of the way. You know?
Do you feel like you found yourself through that process as well?
For sure. I found who I am as a person through creating, through making music, and understanding how I react to things and stuff like that. Having patience with myself, like takes a lot of patience, because not everything you make is hot. Not everything you make is dope. Like, people might think it's dope, but you know your best potential. That's what I want to put out every time. I don't want to put shit out that, oh, like, it's hard. Like, they think it's hard, not me. Like, I want to show growth. I know my growth, you know? So I try to outbeat myself. And I think only any creative knows that, like, only internally only you know that.
Like, yeah, 100%.
I could make 20 songs right now, put it out, and people probably gonna think it's fire. Me, I'm not.
I hate it.
I'm gonna hate it, because I know that's not my best potential. So that's how I maneuver through this shit.
You said you don't celebrate small wins.
Nah, I don't.
For me, though, sometimes it's those small wins that get me through the day, though. So for you, it's just...
Nah, I don't celebrate no small wins. I'm being completely honest. Like, what gets me going, bro, is like the creation in the music. Like, when I finish a song, bro, I feel like I'm in heaven, bro. Like, when I'm done, like, when I see something that was just an idea turn into like physical reality, bro.
Like, this was in my head.
That's it. Nigga, I have the best drive home. Like, oh my God, I made that shit. Like, that's my celebration. When, like, that's it for me. Like, that brings the validation to myself. That's the best feeling. I will never have, because that's when I feel like I've elevated, I fulfilled my purpose on earth. Like, when I make that shit. So when people, like, when it's for the world, it's like, it means a lot, because that's what I'm intending it to do, for it to impact people. But like, bro, like, that's my win, is when I make it. Like, when I make my shit, that's my win. So
is it weird when you're holding it so close to you when you make it, and then when you release it to the world, it's like, now it's other people's?
It's not. It's weird because I usually always put out music that's like pretty old, like a year old,
Okay.
like a year plus. So it's like I've been living with it. So then when I put it out and I have to rework it, relive that song, hella like bro, I make Because 23 in 2023, like that's an old ass song, and like now I have to like live in that whole thing again, you know. So yeah.
So that's an old song.
That's an old song. Yeah, it's an old song, bro.
So what? Before I get to Because 2023, I want to talk about Bondified New Man.
Yeah.
How is making that project? Because I love how every track is kind of its own feel and sound. Because you have the drill one, and then you have like the slow one, and then you have Good Company at the end. And in the beginning, it's like what we pray.
Yeah, I pray.
I pray. Yeah. So how's making that project like?
If I'm gonna be honest, that was like a trial, bro.
Really?
Like, that was a trial. Like I really wanted to see like what stuck with people. Like I was just gonna I wanted to give every element on myself though. Like Good Company on the conceptual end. I wanted to get super goofy with the UK record. I Pray. I wanted to get into the religious bag. Like I wanted to shit talk on rubbish. Like it was super intentional to give like all sides of me, but. That was when I was formulating it, but I never made those songs like I'm making an EP.
It just happened.
It just happened, and I was just like, "Are we gonna put this out and let's just see like how it do?" And then we saw what was receptive of it, and then we just kept it going.
You talk about this new generation rubbish.
Yeah.
What do you feel like this generation got wrong?
People don't care no more, bro. Like, there's no effort into things. I feel like they just drop the song, drop shit, and yeah, like I don't care. You know, like
here it is.
There's no effort, and I'm not even saying the song or whatever you do got to be like the most like lyrical thing, but like people just don't care to just push what they got going on. And I just feel like that's where we losing it. I think back in the day, like in the early 2000s, that's where people thrived. Like everybody cared. Like you can see how much Missy puts in, how much effort she puts in her music and her visuals. You can see how much Kanye cares about like the art, anything, you know what I mean? Like I just want people to care, honestly.
Yeah. What did Tyler say? He said something like y'all make a song and post it on your story once and think that was proper promo.
Yeah, that's real, bro. That's real. I think, you know, and to piggyback off of that, I agree with him even on like the people don't have that much confidence in themselves these days, I feel like.
Yeah.
And they look for validation. Like they'll post snippets to see like how people are receptive. I'm like, and they like stand on it, bro. Like drop what you gonna drop and stand on it. Like and
if
really
it goes,
push
it goes.
Just believe you him, bro, every single time. And people are receptive of it. People gonna see how confident you are in your shit. Because if you don't believe in it, they not gonna believe in it.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta push it with the utmost confidence, bro. So, yeah.
So we are going to find the silver lining together.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you did your research.
Yeah.
Man, that's the moniker of the new album, bro, for sure. Yeah.
Are you keeping your cards close to your chest on this one?
For what?
For the album.
Can
you talk about it?
Yeah, I could talk about it to a certain extent. Yeah. We gonna find the silver lining, bro. We gonna find heaven. I can say that.
We gonna find heaven.
We gonna find heaven.
What does heaven look like for you?
So throughout the project, what heaven looks like is finding good in any bad situation. That's the main thing for sure. We finding good in any bad situation, and we gonna do it well. Yeah.
It's like the yin and yang.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly what it is.
If there's anything you want people to come out of your art, your music, this new album, what is it?
One that I'm not playing around, bro. Like
I can see that.
I really want to put my flag down and be like, I'm the best, bro. Like
I could definitely see that.
I want people to look back and be like, this was the start of a generational run. That's one. And I want people to enjoy it. First and foremost, I just want people to enjoy the music. It's heavy subject matter, but I'm talking about it in a very bright, lightful way.
Light-mannered way.
It's a really good balance, and I think that's one thing that we got down really, really well. It's fun, but you still are gonna take away a great message from it, and great storytelling. I'm proud of my storytelling on here. I'm proud of the energy too. It's really good energy.
I'll end this off with the same thing I told you when we first met. When I first got put on to you, there's like, you know, you see like artists like, oh, okay, like that's dope. And then you see others that like, oh, like I see this 5 years from now.
Yeah.
I just want to say that's you, bro.
Thank you, man.
Like I see where you are 5 years from now.
Thank you.
And it's gonna be a good place. So my boy, I appreciate you coming through.
Likewise. Thank
Where can people find you at?
Man, you can find me at Mark Lux on Instagram, Mark Lux Country, on Twitter, and YouTube, I believe. Yep, YouTube. And yeah, those are my handles, man. Mark Lux everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all that, SoundCloud. Go get it, man. Good music.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.